Hi, welcome back to my channel. So let me quickly show you guys how to make foam boosters. One or two persons on my channel under the comment sections have asked me, please, how do we make foam booster? Actually, this foam booster, some persons will be asking me what is the actual name of the foam booster I'm using. Some of them in the market are actually, will I say, locally mixed by the chemical sellers vendors. Some they actually buy it that way. There are so many surfactants are outside there that can actually boost the foaming properties of any production you are making. But if you can't buy any of them, you can actually make it yourself using this procedure I used in this video. This foam booster, you can use it to make your liquid soap. You can use it to make your bar soaps, especially the laundry bar soaps, if you want to actually boost foaming in your bar soaps and also in your liquid soap. It's very easy to make, and at the end you get around 1 liter and 250 ml. That's the final quantity you will get. So you need to use this. I didn't measure this by scale. Seriously, you need to use this particular cup called half cup measurements. If you buy these cup measurements that they sell outside there in the stores, cake stores, please just look out for the one that is written half cup. This one that is written half cup is probably around 110 mils if you are checking it by volume. You understand? But I didn't check it by weight, but that is what I use to take the measurement for my Texapon, which is SLES, and also for the sulfonic acid. You need to make sure that both of them are equal. Even if you want to use the big cup that is called 1 cup to measure, whatever quantity you take for the Texapon is the same quantity you should also take for the sulfonic acid. You understand? This measurement is just for 1 liter. Please, if you want to bulk it up, please go ahead and do. But for what I'm teaching here is just for a 1 liter measurement. So for this quantity of the surfactant, which is Texapon and sulfonic acid, what you need to make this particular production should be exactly 1 liter of water. What I have in this cup here is 1 tablespoon of caustic soda. Exactly 1 tablespoon. Tablespoon is the spoon you use in feeding in the kitchen. So if you have the one for your measurement that is written on the body, 1 tablespoon, use it and measure out your caustic soda. And then from the 1 liter of water which you have already measured out that you use for this dilution, take a little bit water from there, use it and dissolve the caustic soda, and then add in the caustic soda dilution into the Texapon and sulfonic acid mixture gradually. I added the first one, I stirred it, I added the second one. But please note, if you add this caustic soda mixture into your sulfonic acid, you are, in other words, activating your sulfonic acid. Sulfonic acid does not foam the way it is when you buy it from the superstores. It needs to come into an alkaline medium and be activated. Its pH has to drop before it can actually foam. So that is what I'm doing with caustic soda. Then you also need to dissolve an extra half tablespoon of caustic soda and keep it aside. You will use it later at the end of this production, not this instant. So continue dissolving your sulfonic and your Texapon mixture till it is smooth and creamy, and all the Texapon should be properly dissolved. As you are seeing on the screen right now, it now looks like something like a homemade golden mold. Just continue mixing. Make sure you get to this texture. If you get to this texture, it will be easier for you to handle the rest of the production. I know what I'm saying. You don't want to have lumps and wait for almost 1 hour for the lumps to dissolve. So once you get to this texture, run in the rest of the 1 liter water. You can see I used a PET can, which is already written on the body 1 liter. That is what I use in measuring. I know why I made this production this way, so that people who don't have scale in their house to actually take their accurate measurements can also make it. This is not a very too difficult thing that you can make. It's very easy, especially for the soapers in the house that make bar soap, laundry bar soaps, and those who make liquid soaps. You can actually make this thing yourself and store, and at the end you see it being thick and viscous as it was right in the beginning of this video. So just add in the rest of the 1 liter of water Remember, it's only 1 liter of water I use in making this production. It is only 1 liter of water that I used in making this production. So adding the rest of the water into it, stir it, mix it well, and then you let it, keep it aside for at least 30 minutes so that everything can dissolve perfectly. Just set it aside. If you want, you can cover it so that nothing will disturb it. Just set it aside, let it sit for 30 minutes, and then you come back. Once you come back, it will be this way. It is now properly dissolved and clear. If you want to give it a little bit time for the foam to disappear, you can go on, but at this point you can continue your production. Remember the half tablespoon of caustic soda that we dissolve with a little bit of water and set aside. That's what we are adding right now. So as you add it in, you can see it's trying to turn milky, but it won't turn milky. If you actually increase the alkalinity of this mixture and add in too much of excess caustic soda to it, you have something that is creamy and milky. So that is why I told you to use only half tablespoon. Now this caustic soda will build the texture you want. You actually need some of the sodium ions to actually help to thicken this production. There is a whole lot of chemistry going on behind this particular production. I just sat down and thought of it, and I practicalized it, and it worked. Formulated this recipe and it worked. I don't think there is anybody on this whole YouTube that has this kind of video on their YouTube page. If you see this video anywhere being replicated, just know that this recipe is coming from Bam Glam. So this is all it. As you have done mixing, the texture will improve, the texture will be thickened up. So make sure you actually store it in an airtight container, and then you set it aside. Whenever you are making your soaps, especially all those soaps that are done with palm oil, we all know that palm oil gives a very hard bar soap but does not lather effectively. If you are making soap that has palm oil in it, as in your recipe, or you are making soap that has the beef tallow, that is the animal fat in it, that also do not lather, you can actually make use of this foam booster for those kind of recipes to help and make your soap to lather well. I know that palm kernel oil lathers on its own. You can make 100% palm kernel oil soap and it will lather effectively. So look at how the texture is looking so beautiful, right? Can you believe you can make this yourself? You can actually make this yourself. You can actually color it to look like the store-bought type of foam boosters. I believe in the stores it's actually orange color, some are yellowish in color too. If you add in a little bit color to this, you get that thing that they have there. So this is all it. This is all about the production. The next thing you need to do is to store. Just pour it into your container. Don't worry, the whole foams will actually move up, and then you have a very clear product. Just store it up. If you want to, you allow the whole bubbles to rise and clear so that you have it very clear as water before you package. Any which way, just package it. Is a very small production, and then keep aside. As you're making your soaps, if you're making something like a 1 liter palm oil soap, you can just use 100 ml from this production, and you will have a very foaming bar soap at the end. The sulfonic acid is well activated, and then there's also some anionic surfactant in it, hexapon, so it will foam perfectly. Thank you all for watching to the end.